This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tel Tanner.
Back in the booth on a Monday for the Lancer Locker. My name is Tel Tanner. This is KYNT 102.1 FM AM 1450. A little earlier today, I was able to sit down and talk with a couple of members of the Mount Marty women's basketball program, and we're going to be playing that interview today on the Lancer Locker. It was a great one with Sidney, Thue, and Kaela Martinez, two of the starters and two of the mainstays of this Mount Marty program for the last couple of years, and two juniors, upperclassmen now for the first time in their college careers. We talked a little bit about what it's like being an upperclassman, how it's changed. We talked about their majors, what they want to do with their life, and everything in between. This is the Lancer Locker. I'm Tel Tanner. Let's go ahead and get to it with our week in review now as we start to talk about other Lancer athletics and kind of the things that happened over the last week. Basketball obviously just opened up their season. They opened up their season last week, and it was the women's basketball and men's basketball teams who really shined 3-0 over the weekend. The women's team beat Faith Baptist College 80-39 was the final score of that one. For the Lancers, in terms of scoring, it was Leah Williams who led the Lancers in scoring with 16 points. Sidney Thue added 15 with 14 rebounds, an incredible double-double. Kaela Martinez had 12 points, 8 rebounds as well. They played pretty well. So the Lancers get that 80-39 victory. For the Lancer men, they had a couple of good games. They beat Oak Hills Christian College 100-49 on Friday. High-flying matchup for the Lancers for sure. Tash Lunday ended up with 19 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. Off the bench, you had Tyler Sandoval, who had 16 points in his Lancer debut. Brandon Garcia, Lancer debut, he ended up with 10 points as well. Mac Riken got in the starting lineup to start the season. 10 points, 3 assists for the guard there. Jake Jensen, 11 points. Jared Lopez, 15. In the second game on Saturday, 81-68 over Trinity Bible College. And that one was a very, very good game for Tash Lunday, a quiet good game. 28 points, 18 rebounds with an assist in there as well. Only 2 turnovers in 39 minutes of gameplay for Tash. 28 points, 18 rebounds. 14 points for Tyler Sandoval and 12 for Brandon Garcia. That's the basketball teams and what they kind of did over the week. We'll go to soccer now, the women's soccer schedule. 4-11-1 overall now. They did fall on senior day this last week on Saturday, 6-0 to Concordia. The men's team also fell to Concordia. They're 4-10-1. They fell 4-0. They will be finishing up their regular seasons at Crete, Nebraska, at Doane this next Wednesday, I believe, is when it's going to be. Yes, this Wednesday, October 30th, they'll finish up their regular seasons. For volleyball, now 500, 12-12 overall. They're 4-9 in conference. We've talked about them the last couple weeks. They're still on the outside looking in of the conference tournament, but with a couple of wins, they could get in. They have 3 games left, one of them at home. They have the College of St. Mary this Wednesday in Omaha, then home on Saturday versus Hastings College. Home this upcoming Saturday, 5 p.m. Make sure you're there for that one. It'll be the last home game of the regular season. Then they go at Doane to finish it up the next Tuesday, November 5th. For football, they had a close loss on the road. Concordia University, one of the powerhouses of the GPAC the last couple of years, 31-27 was the final, a 4-point loss for the program. Rugby Riken, the redshirt freshman quarterback, 21 of 31, 245 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Kyle Hirsch ended up with 139 yards on the ground on 25 attempts. Receiving, Trevor Fitzgerald, 8 receptions, 87 yards and a touchdown. Trey Hansen, 5 receptions, 87 yards and a touchdown. They really got things rolling offensively. They were unfortunately on that short end of the stick once again. They fall to 4-4 overall, 3-4 in conference, 31-27 final. They've got 3 games left to end the season as well. The next 3 Saturdays, they're home versus Midland this Saturday, at Hastings on the 9th, and then home on the 16th versus Doane. That's your week in review of Lancer Athletics, everything that happened over the last couple of days. Now let's go ahead and take a break here on the Lancer Locker. We'll come back in a couple minutes with Kaela Martinez and Sidney Thue. We spoke with them just a little earlier today about everything with them. Let's take that break, come back with those 2 players for Mount Marty women's basketball. You're listening to the Lancer Locker on KYNT.
A big thank you from Mount Marty University to one of Yankton's greatest employers and friend of the community, Aztec. They're very proud to support the Mount Marty Lancers. The vision at Aztec is to build industry-changing solutions that create life-changing opportunities. And you can build a career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click careers at aztecindustries.com. Best wishes, Mount Marty, from your friends at Aztec.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
Conquer the day and reach new heights with Rise Fuel energy drinks. Rise Fuel is ready to help elevate your performance. Packed with essential vitamins and nutrients, Rise Fuel gives you the power to push harder, go faster, and perform better. Whether you're hitting the gym, the field, or the track, Rise Fuel has your back. Fuel your ambition and unleash your potential with Rise Fuel energy drinks. Rise to the challenge with Rise Fuel. Ignite your passion and dominate your game.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
The Dakota Theater in Yankton is always in need of volunteers. There's something for everyone, such as being involved with shows on or off stage, selling concessions, greeting, ushering, cleaning before and after, cleaning the bathrooms, organizing, helping with the lights, the sound, the costumes, decorating, and more. The Dakota Theater in Yankton is so grateful for every volunteer. Theaters for everyone. For more information, go to dakotatheater.org or call 665-4711.
Everyone loves something different about our buffet, which is good because buffet has something for everyone. This is Annie from Yankton Pizza Ranch. Come in and fill your plate with good food that makes you feel good inside. Don't see your favorite pizza on the buffet? Request it using Buffet Your Way. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the very first slice. Grab the country's best chicken paired with tasty sides and finish off with sweet cactus bread at Yankton Pizza Ranch.
Did you know Sherco offers more than egg tarps? As an industry leader in construction, waste, and flatbed tarping systems, Sherco offers manual and electric tarp systems for not only grain trailers and grain carts, but also side dumps, end dumps, belly dumps, roll-offs, flatbeds, and more. To learn more, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best, demand Sherco.
Attention homeowners, if you've been on the fence about selling, I'd love the opportunity to sit and visit with you. With low inventory, now would be a good time to call me, Deb Speck at Vision Real Estate. I'll provide you with a free market analysis and a no-pressure approach. Call me at 605-664-5555 to find out if now is the right time to make a move.
All right, back here on the Lancer Locker, we are now getting rolling with a couple of players of Mount Marty University women's basketball. Sidney, Thue, Kaela, Martinez in the booth talking with me now. Thank you guys for coming in to have a couple words with me. I know you're nervous with mics in your face, but don't worry, we'll just have a good time here. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
So let's talk about the season. Y'all just had your first game, so first things first, tell me about it. I didn't get to go, obviously. I never get to say the first one because I'm always covering playoff football. So Faith Baptist College, 80-39. You were able to get the pretty good win. How did the group look? Obviously, you get the win, but how did you feel? How did it feel?
Honestly, it's really refreshing to have a win just because we're trying to rebuild our program, and starting off with a win and a strong win is just really nice to have, and gives us a little bit more confidence to get those first game jitters first couple game jitters out so we can come back stronger.
Now, some of the things I always hear from coaches is some of the biggest changes they make in a season come right after the first game because they finally see their players rolling. What are some of the things that Bertram said in the locker room after the game or maybe in over text or practice over the last couple days?
He just wants us to really play together, focus on being disciplined, going into the next game. I think we all have our own individual focuses too that he's talked to us about, so I think that's what everyone's really going to focus on.
Perfect. So let's talk about this upcoming weekend now. Barclay University coming in. You've got your first 3 games at home before you have a little bit of a road trip in Kansas and then taking on Nebraska Wesleyan University, a team that used to be in the GPAC. Obviously, none of us were there at that time, but it's kind of going to be cool to go back there. Can you tell me about your upcoming schedule and some of the things you're expecting? It's nice to play at home.
Yeah, we actually, like last year, it kind of felt like we were on the road constantly, like in the middle of the season.
Yes.
It's so nice to be able to play at home because you get to like sleep in your own bed and like rest how you need to. And like having our first 3 games at home, I feel like is really going to help us settle into the season before we have to start like really getting down to the more serious, important games.
Yeah, the excitement of the crowd definitely builds up your confidence as well going into those away games.
That's some of the things I've noticed in the last couple of years as well, from where it has been like maybe at the end of last year just to even 2 years ago at the start of the season. The crowd energy has been so much better. They're starting to realize what you all are building.
Yeah, and we really appreciate that, especially from like all the other Mount Marty teams, football, volleyball. Like we notice when they show up.
So let's talk about y'all now, a little bit more personal. We'll start it off with Sidney here. You guys are both juniors now. You're upperclassmen, finally. What's that been like, trying to take over a leadership role?
Honestly, I've always loved being an upperclassman. Like in high school, I feel like I really grew the most being an upperclassman. It like, you know, you have to like be more responsible being an upperclassman, but I feel like I can really like be myself and like not worry about an upperclassman who's kind of bitter being like, you can't do that. But like, now that I'm an upperclassman, like I have more authority to call someone out and not feel bad about it later, which I appreciate a lot.
Yeah. It definitely feels really good. You have a lot more like jobs and roles as an upperclassman, but we've always been a really young team. So I think that from the beginning when we were freshmen, we have already been practicing those leadership skills.
Let's talk about major, minor, what you want to do with your future. Sidney, I know you're a nursing major, so that makes that question pretty easily. But how's the nursing program going?
It's going really good. There's a lot of growing pains kind of with how serious junior year is. So it's kind of hard to find that like balance of like all this stuff you have to put with basketball and then try to study all the time for nursing. But I'm really enjoying like clinicals and like getting to like actually deal with like real people and not just like theoretical stuff.
So for people who obviously don't know what's going into the nursing major, everything you got to do, can you walk me through the junior year things you got to do, your clinicals, what that means, and then what you're expecting for your senior year, all while juggling a basketball schedule?
Yeah, so I have 3 major nursing classes a week. Most of them are 2 hours long, and then there's an hour one. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have clinicals. And then usually it's like an 8-hour shift. Well, like 7.5, but like a 7.5-hour shift on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then moving into like senior year, I'll have them like multiple days. I think it's like 3 days a week. I could be wrong. I haven't really looked that far ahead.
Well, you ain't in it yet.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be able to like kind of venture deeper into like other specialties, I guess, next semester and moving into senior year, which I'm kind of excited about, and learning more about like the human body and people and like my bedside manner and stuff.
Let's go over to Kaela. I know you were a nursing major, just like a lot of college students. You changed your major. What'd you change it to?
Yes, I changed it to secondary education with the focus on English. So usually when I say that, I don't get great reactions from people, but I'm really enjoying it. It's been pretty hard junior year. It's just a lot of like English literature classes, so those are pretty tough. And then my education classes, it's just a lot of like just learning how to teach, like the art of teaching. So
you're trying to be an English teacher?
Yes.
I will be watching your grammar for the rest of this interview. We will be paying attention. When it comes to age groups, where like who are you trying to teach? Are you trying to go young kids, college kids? What are you doing?
I haven't exactly decided, but secondary technically means like middle school and up. So I could choose to just do middle school, high school, or I could stay in college and go on to be a college professor as well.
So you're undecided there.
Yes,
Do you have any
very.
ideas of what you want, or is it straight up, nah, it's all open?
Definitely not middle school. I think high school and up would be where I want to be at.
That's very fair. I could not do it either. I know what my class was like when I was in middle school.
It's
I felt
rough.
bad for my teachers. It's not, no. Middle school teachers are just the toughest soldiers out there.
They
I'll
are.
tell you what. Let's talk about post-college, where you guys want to end up, if you have an idea of that, or if you're just open. Sidney, we'll start with you again. Where do you want to go after college?
Well, honestly, I think staying here in Yankton would be fun. My family lives in Sioux Falls, so that would also be kind of nice to be closer. But after a few years of getting to be like a good functioning nurse, I want to try travel nursing and kind of see where the wind takes me from there.
So kind of travel around, be able
Yeah.
to see different places. Is there any places in particular you really want to visit? Dream locations?
I really love Montana.
Okay.
And then Oregon and Washington I like too. So kind of the mountainous areas are where I want to go, I think.
I fully get that. Let's go to Kaela. I know you guys are both from Sioux Falls,
Yeah.
obviously. Are you trying to go back to Sioux Falls?
I feel the same way as her. I'm pretty open. It would be nice to stay here just because my family's here, but I've also thought about moving somewhere else warmer or just prettier. I mean, South Dakota's pretty, but not the prettiest. So especially the weather is starting to get colder, and I'm already dreading that. So
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to ask you guys, Sidney, you are from Brandon. You're from Brandon Valley is where you went. Kaela, Sioux Falls as well. You went to Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Did y'all know each other before Mount Marty?
that's a funny story, I feel like.
All right, I want to hear it.
I don't know. I knew of Kaela.
Yeah.
We've literally been playing against each other since we started, rival basketball teams, rival traveling teams.
Get a little chippy out there, and then you got to go, oh, this is my teammate now? Is
Yeah.
that what's going on?
Well, yeah, and that's the crazy part is we knew of each other, but we didn't really know much. We didn't have anything against or for each other, but then the last 2 years we've gotten super close. So that's why I said it's a funny story, because we were around each other our whole life, and
You were rivals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not until we got to college is where we got close. So.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Let's talk about coming to college itself. Why Mount Marty? Why did you decide to come to this university?
Well, obviously I like smaller classroom sizes and all that stuff for school, just so I can have an opportunity to ask questions. So the nursing program here was very enticing for me, but then I got the opportunity to play here, and when I got the opportunity, I was hurt. So I was I'm not satisfied with how I ended my high school career, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity I have now because I'm not hurt anymore, and it's been awesome.
And Kaela?
Yeah, I mean, I already knew Bertram, and so when he reached out to me, I just felt like it'd be a good opportunity, and I was a nursing major, so I did the school for that. So
When it comes to you guys off the court, what are some of the things you like to do for fun? We'll start with Kaela this time. When you're not playing basketball,
Oh, goodness.
and you're not studying, what do you do for fun?
I feel like I don't have much of a life outside of basketball and school this year. I mean, I love reading, but I'm in multiple literature classes right now, so I actually spend a lot of my time reading those novels.
Okay, so let's talk about off the court. What are some of the things you guys like to do for fun? Kaela, we'll start with you. When you're not playing basketball and you're not studying, what are you doing for fun? What are you doing?
Well, outside of basketball and school, I do spend a lot of time working, reading, and really just spending time with my friends. We don't do much.
Where do you work?
Bro Burger.
Oh, Bro
Yes.
Burger. All right, cool.
So shout out to Bro. Best cheese curds in town, best burgers in town, in my opinion, but
You biased, but
I'm
it
a little
works.
biased,
But
yeah.
it works. They send you paychecks. You
Yeah,
have to be.
exactly.
That's how it works. All right, let's go to Sidney now. What do you do when you're not playing basketball?
I also work. I work at Majestic Bluffs Nursing Home, and then I honestly read all the time as well. I was supposed to be doing homework yesterday, and I read instead. Kaela was there for it. And then I hang out with my friends and family whenever I can. So.
When you're in Yankton, I guess I think I know Kaela's answer, but where do you guys like to go to eat, especially when you're just hanging out with everybody?
Honestly, Mexico Viejo is
That's our
my
spot.
biggest guilty pleasure in
Yes.
life. I go there whenever I have an opportunity.
Fair. All right, finally, I had to ask one final question for you guys. You're finally getting up there in age. You're finally upperclassmen, obviously. I know Kaela just turned 21 a couple weeks ago, and Sidney, your birthday's tomorrow. Is it starting to set in that you're not kids anymore? You're getting into the world here pretty quick. You're going to have to start thinking about health insurance around the corner. Like, is that starting to set in?
Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting, honestly. It's a little scary. It's just like the longer you're in college, the more you realize, like, dang, I have to learn how to do this on my own. Like, I can't call my mom for everything anymore. So it's just kind of a funny realization, but I'm excited for it.
I've had like nursing interviews for like a summer internship recently, and like it kind of started to hit me that like if I don't get a certain job, like I'm gonna have to like uproot my life and move wherever I get the next job. So I feel like that's kind of been a crazy realization. And then honestly, this is like the last birthday that I'm gonna probably look forward to.
Exactly.
So.
And that's tomorrow. That's super fun. So obviously it's in the middle of a week. You've got classes, you've got sports, but I hope you're able to do something fun to celebrate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we're just kind of going to hang out this weekend. We have games, so we're going to try to keep it low-key, but I'm going out for dinner with my parents tomorrow. So,
perfect. Yeah. That's great. I hope you guys have a good time with that, and happy birthday ahead of time.
Thank you.
Late birthday.
Thank
Kaela.
you.
That's kind of cool that it's so close together.
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, thank you guys for coming in the booth to talk with me today. One final thing for you. Do you have any final message for your family? Tell me a little bit about your family, and any message for Lancer Nation. We'll start with Kaela.
Well, I'll give my mom a shout out because I know she's going to listen to this, and she's literally our team's biggest fan. If you follow her on social media, she posts us all the time. She comes to all the games. You'll hear her on the sidelines. So I love her for that, and just shout out to her.
And Sidney.
I'll definitely shout out my family. I am so grateful for them, and I know they're going to be listening to this tonight, so I hope my brother doesn't make fun of me for stumbling over any words. But, and then, I don't know, love you guys.
Thank you very much for coming in today. Good luck the rest of the season, and I'm looking forward to being able to see a lot of it. Only juniors, so we get 2 more years of y'all, and I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love 1919 root beer. It's the best over a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. My favorite is just ice cold 1919 poured over crunchy ice. It's so refreshing. It's the creamiest root beer ever.
1919 root beer is the perfect treat. Brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients. It's the creamiest, full-bodied, alcohol and caffeine-free draft root beer available. It's a taste tradition since, 1919.
Farming is hard work. Between managing crops, livestock, and equipment, there's not much time left to handle financing and loans. At Dakota Mac, we can help you do the heavy lifting when it comes to ag financing. Whether you're a full-time farmer, an investor, or a young and beginning farmer, we're here for you for all your ag lending needs. Let Dakota Mac help you work smarter, not harder.
Hi, it's Jeff Wolfgram from Dakota Mac. Call us at 800-682-4578 to learn how Dakota Mac products can work for you.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmock cheese and premium meats from the Kaela and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy's supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
In they come and out they go. That's what's happening at Lewis & Clark Ford with our new 2024 Ford F-150s. I'm Brandon Tykrow. When we get in a newly designed 2024 F-150, they're not sticking around long. Buyers are loving the new engine options, the standard 12-inch display screen, heroic towing capacity, and a packaged version to fit every budget. Stop in and see why the 2024 Ford F-150 is the hottest truck on the market. Lewis & Clark Ford, 4th and Capitol, Yankton.
Quit hitting the snooze button on your new career. Wake up to recently increased wages, day one benefits, and an employer who puts you first. Grind through the workday in your own specialty. Assembler, machine operator, material handler, or line operation tech. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $235. Choose your shift and enjoy day one benefits. This isn't just a job, it's your future. Join us today. Find more information and apply now at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
Taylor is living the Runza dream.
The Fry Life is the high life.
He's stacking up rewards on the Runza mobile app,
points on points on points on points.
That's a lot of free food from Runza.
Yep, I'm headed there for lunch today.
Download the Runza mobile app to start getting rewards. Because Runza makes it all better.
Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
This is Jenny from Slumberland Furniture in Yankton. Looking for a refresh in your home? Want to change up your space? Take advantage of our free interior design service. We can help reimagine your room using new pieces that will work with what you currently have. At Slumberland, you'll find the best brand name furniture and quality mattresses with the best customer service possible. See us at 2401 Broadway in Yankton.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
All right, back here for the final time now on the Lancer Locker. I'm Tel Tanner here with a couple of basketball players for Mount Marty University earlier today in Sidney Thue and Kaela Martinez. I enjoyed that talk with them, and I'm looking forward to seeing what those basketball programs are going to do this year. The last couple years have been just kind of derailed due to injury. You know, these teams are better than their final records have shown, and I think this year might be one of those years where they start to prove that. I'm really looking forward to basketball this year. That's going to do it for the Lancer Locker today. However, I appreciate y'all for tuning in and listening as we take a look at some of the upcoming games, upcoming schedule. Once again, it'll be the Lancers taking on Barclay University for the women's team on Friday evening at 7:30. The men going to be playing Friday at 6 p.m. They actually get the first game, November 1st, Friday versus Mayville State University. So that'll be fun. Men's, women's doubleheader of Mount Marty basketball. Other sports upcoming schedule. Soccer once again on the road at Doane on Wednesday evening, 5 o'clock start time to the doubleheader. For volleyball, they are home or at Omaha, on Wednesday at Omaha versus the College of St. Mary, home on Saturday, 5 p.m. versus Hastings. Football, home this weekend, Saturday, 1 p.m. kickoff versus Midland. Crane Youngworth Stadium for that one. Midland University in town. Lancers got the win over the Warriors last year. They're going to try and do it again this year. That's going to do it for the show. Big shout out to Sidney and Kaela for coming in and talking with me. Thank you to Alan Bertram, the head coach of the women's basketball program, for setting up that interview and making sure we're all good. We're going to be going basketball again next week. We're trying to work out some scheduling with a couple of men's basketball players for the Lancer Locker. I figure it's that time of year. We might as well get some basketball players in. This has